Hi, I'm Tammy Reynolds, and I'm the missions chairperson here at St. Paul. And today I want to take a few minutes to highlight with you some of the missions and ministries that our church is involved with within the community. In no particular order, I'm going to start with what's going on at Wynnton Neighborhood Network. Now, Wynnton Neighborhood Network is a group of churches, one of the synagogues that have all come together to kind of help the marginalized in this community, the people who are really food insecure. And it is a food bank, a food pantry, and it's supported by those churches in Feeding the Valley and different groups that will donate at certain times, but it's mainly dependent on the congregations. And St. Paul is one of the founding congregations of Wynnton Neighborhood Network. Now, volunteers are always needed at Wynnton Neighborhood Network. What does a volunteer do? Well, they do anything. It could be one of a plethora of things that you might get volunteer doing there. You have an opportunity to volunteer at Wynnton Neighborhood Network Monday through Friday, 10 to 12:30. On-the-job training, so no experience required. And beginning in September, the first Saturday of every month, Wynnton Neighborhood Network will begin offering services to clients. Now, this is something new. I think it's an opportunity for people who have to work during the week to be able to serve on the weekend. So often the service opportunities are during work hours. And this is a weekend, first Saturday of every month from 10 to 12:30 that you would be able to come in and help at the food bank. Wonderful opportunity for families to serve together. So I want you to keep that in mind. For those parents who want to role model and emulate what it is to serve, now is the time to bring your children in, roll those sleeves up, and work together. How cool is that? Now, on to another ministry that you hear a lot about is our RoseHill Ministry. Now, RoseHill absolutely reaches out to the homeless in our community, the people who are totally, completely marginalized. They don't have an address. They have no place to call home. Now, there are always things that are needed at this mission. Clothing is always needed. There are drop boxes, donation boxes around the church that you can bring items in that will go to the clothing bank. I know in particular there's always a need for men's clothing. Khakis, cargo pants, cargo shorts, blue jeans, tennis shoes, loafers, things like that that you can just wear and throw in the washing machine. But they need help working the clothing bank, and that's Wednesday 10 to 12. Wednesdays is when they actually serve clients there, but there's always opportunities to help sort, help hang, help steam some things sometimes to make it look nice. Ann Wilson has in the past helped sort of organize this, and it's really like a little store. It's a shopping experience, and each person is made to feel special as they're brought in. So there's volunteers always needed there. Another great service that our RoseHill Mission Ministry does through the support of St. Paul is a basic health care needs type clinic. It's very basic. It is blood pressure, temperature, pulse, heart rate, things like that. But the important thing through that is that through this initial screening, people with true medical needs can be referred to Mercy Med. Could be truly life-changing, even life-saving, if through a blood pressure reading you were able to get someone help and get them blood pressure medication. Absolutely might save a life. You never know. And who knows what the Lord has intended for that life that's saved. Training on the job for that, but they do need people to help, and that would be Wednesday from 10 to 12 as well. Now I'm going to move on to another area, and this is something that we've talked a little bit about in the church recently, and that's the TruthSpring Academy. This is a mission that reaches out to the most at-risk children in the East Highland and Bibb City area, and they have done amazing things so far as changing the demographics and the statistics in that neighborhood. But one of the things that they're focusing on going forward is trying to help the parents in that area. Okay, we're helping the children, but what can we do to truly make a systemic change? And that is help the parents. And so they went to the parents in this community and said, hey, what can we do? What do you need us to do to help make real changes in your lives? And they said, we need training for jobs. We need jobs. But in order to get this training, we need daycare. So all the light bulbs started going off, and the idea of creating a daycare center was born. And St. Paul was instrumental in building this daycare center that they have now in this North Highland community. What we need now is to make a concerted effort to collect crib sheets, towels, laundry detergent, and snacks like little goldfish crackers or peanut butter crackers, things like that that they can keep stocked for the children who'll be taken care of in that daycare center. Y'all, this is a wonderful, wonderful ministry area, and it is absolutely changing not just the lives here of these people, but it is rippling out just like a stone thrown into a pond, just the ripple effects of what this could do in Columbus, Georgia. It just fills me with just such hope and spirit. So now, the next thing I want to talk about is, if you know me, this is my passion, and I'll jump from the ripple in the pond effect and go right into our Ukraine Mission Ministries. Throughout the pandemic, we have continued to minister to the children in the orphanages that we support in Ukraine. It's not always been easy. The orphanages were completely closed. The children were even kept inside completely. They weren't even allowed to come outside to play. So our ministry team on the ground there in Ukraine had to get very creative with ways to serve the children. And so there were banners and posters that were made. There were balloon parties that were brought to outside the windows. Lots of phone calls on cell phones back and forth to children, just to let them know that you are not forgotten. We still love you. St. Paul still loves you. We were able to be instrumental in helping keep these children healthy by providing hand sanitizer, masks, and crucial medication for children that needed it. We had quite an outbreak of tuberculosis amongst the children that we minister to, and without the medicine that St. Paul was able to provide, it really breaks my heart to think what might have happened without that medication. So thank you to you, St. Paul, that you have continued to be faithful to this ministry. As things are opening up slowly in Ukraine, what our team is able to do is opening up slowly. So all of our team members went and had COVID tests taken. They all tested negative. They're getting their vaccinations, and we have been hosting church camps at the orphanages, just like our St. Paul, just like NAS camp that happened a couple of weeks ago. We have been on site hosting church camps at our orphanages. And every day there's a different theme, there's different crafts, there's different snacks, and there's different opportunities to learn how the Lord loves you and how you are his very favorite. And so to get that message, and then to have that constant influence of St. Paul and our ministry team on their lives, boy, does it make a difference. And we see that through the years, in the 20 years that we've been traveling there, we have raised a generation up who know the love and know the love of the Lord, and who love the Lord, and have gone to university through our help, and are now getting married to Christian men and women, and are raising Christian boys and girls themselves. So talk about a ripple effect. Man, when we all get to heaven and we're all gathered around the throne, I cannot wait to introduce each of you to the children that you've influenced through the years. So hopefully I'll be invited back to share some more again with you about some of the other ways that St. Paul continues to deliver and spread God's love and his word through this community and around the world, and to people who are hungry for both. Thank you so much.